that patriotism in yourself. My country first and foremost. And you see, there is no way the government alone is going to fight what you call radicalization if we do not involve the community. The government is only one. We actually have our county action plans in trying to fight radicalization, and we target the youth. We tell them, look, you need to be a part. There are quite a number of narratives which these guys are trying to spread. And so we go and get the religious leaders to prove that these guys are complete liars. Islam means peace. And it says, and goes ahead, if you save one life, it doesn't say if you are a Christian or you are a Hindu or you are one life only. It's like you have saved the whole of humanity. That is the Islam we know. It also goes ahead to say if you kill one person innocently, it doesn't say he has to be a Christian, he has to be a Hindu, he's a Buddhist. The point is, if you actually kill one person innocently, then you are doomed. What happens is, it's like you have killed the Salam alaikum. These are the kind of things. But the youth here are being cheated. They are being, of course, not getting an ID card. Of course, there are things, you know, what we call triggers. The good money that is being said. You'll die. Quite a number of young men died fighting in that place and they were buried like dogs. They didn't even get a decent burial. They are left there rotting in the sun. And so my message to the youth today is we need to shape peace together. Both in time, never be a violent man. You can always sit back and breathe in and start talking to people. We negotiate, we dialogue, we say our problems amicably, but please don't allow anybody to give you a gun or a panga or a spear or an arrow to go and kill them. This is my message which I am trying to spread. Some of us are old, we are sunset, but the leaders of today and tomorrow are you. The future belongs to you. How you actually take that future is what matters. You actually need to have positive, and please, if you do not have the love of your country in your heart, then you're not going to fight radicalization. Because look at it, it starts, we have values, we have parents who have believed, nchi yetu ya Kenya tunayoipenda tuwetayari kuilinda. That has to come from your heart. We have our national anthem. These are values we were taught when we were young. But unfortunately, some of us are old and going, and youth. Please, every morning when you wake up, try and sing the national anthem. Feel like a patriot. Believe you are a Kenyan, and you must love this country despite what happens, because this is what matters. There is no way the government alone can fight. We need to look at youth and their engagement. Don't run away. They will cheat you. What is there in Somalia now? Do you see what's happening? They're killing one another, finishing one another. We have a country. We will progress slowly. Take your children. And that peace is the one that will make your children go to school. Stability. And this is one country that has stability. But if you now start bombing up schools here, I don't know how much time I have. I don't know how much time I have, but I'll still continue. Now, if you actually start getting the youth.
Mr. Nunde, thank you very much for your time. Please continue. We will let you know when the time is done. Feel free to continue. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So basically the youth here, my friends, this is a country which you should not destroy. It's a beautiful country. Sing your national anthem, take a deep breath, and you know there are ways in which we can solve these problems. I'm sure there are quite a number of issues that are coming up. There is the youth fund. There are quite a number of spaces that are coming up. The county government is there for you. People are being employed every other day. How can somebody come from Mogadishu and start telling you, look, jump over, what will he give? This is a cheat. And that is some of the things we are fighting. Some of us are prepared to lose our lives for this country because the country is more important than us, and that is the patriotism. There are quite a number of, they will try and divide you according to religion. It is there versus us. There's nothing like that. There is no way. Islam encourages one person to die out there. So my message to the youth is, today is the International Day of Peace. Spread that compassion, shape peace together, and make sure it's only peace that can give you progress. And it has been stated, I actually, in my opening remarks were from the Islamic point of view, don't be a murderer at all costs. And Islam is Masalimal Muslimun biyadehi wa lisani. Islam translated, which means peace. A Muslim is the one who does actually not become violent by using his hands or by being vulgar and using very bad language using his tongue. So your tongue can build. How you talk to somebody matters, and the youth. My friends, this country is there. Some of us are in their sunset periods. We are old enough. Anytime we can go, but please make sure you maintain peace and you love your country more than anything else. I want to go back to a topic, Mohammed, if I still have time. I want us to look at
please take 5 minutes, then we can start the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My friend, they are external forces. Sometimes you don't know the enemy you are fighting. Like even in these guys don't actually go through the sky; they go through us. Please, if you see any suspicious, there are quite a number of issues which the youth can do. You actually can form a vigilante group. Any stranger who comes to that place, interrogate him, tell him what is being, after and including even, you know, the role of women in violent extremism is also documented.
Kwa haraka sana nitaomba wajitambulishe wenu kwa sababu wameweka juhudi kubwa sana kuleta hapa siku ya leo. Wameweza kupatia rasilimali, wamepatia wakati wao. Na siku ya leo imefana. So nitaomba kila mtu ajitambulishe.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mimi ni Faisal Bahero, mwenyekiti wa Amani Mombasa.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kama kabaraka.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mimi naitwa Nasib Said Mwamshita, natokea Gatuzi la Kwale, ni community influencer katika masala ya peace. Shukran.
Thank you. Anyone else who have not yet introduced himself, please do so.
Okay, my name is Abdurrashid Abdullahi. I'm speaking from Garissa Adey, the city of Garissa. Nice meeting you all. Thank you so much. Healthy and lively discussion. Very, very good. Thank you.
So, do we have anyone who is introducing him or herself before we continue? All right then. So let's just mute the videos and the speakers so that we can hear the speaker clearly. Mohammed, sorry for the interruption. Please go ahead.
So finally, there are quite a number of actually issues that are being spread. When they were actually knocking down here in our university, you can imagine if it wasn't for the generosity of His Excellency the President, this university would not have been open. We lost very beautiful young girls. Some of us were involved in the rescue committee. I remember I met some girls because they attacked very early, and 5 a.m. these kids were running. They didn't know the direction they were going. Some of them were in their night dresses. We had to take vehicles and go and lift them. Their legs were there. So what happens is we had a university here where our children were going without going to any expenses as a community. That university was closed 1 year. Are these guys fighting us or they are fighting other people? Look at what they are doing to our education level. The only university in the entire region of Gaziza, Wajir, Mandera, all the way to Marsabit. Kids were coming to come and learn here. And these stupid guys just want to come and destroy this. And they want to separate us into you and them. So youth, what is your role here? Having said that, what they were spreading during that time is KDF must leave Somalia. That is the narrative they were using. And when they are hitting Dusit, because I am generally involved in youth programs, I am involved in what you call radicalization of, de-radicalization of youth. They say, oh, headquarters from Israel to Jerusalem. Jerusalem, what has that got to do with us? Why are we dying as Kenyans? What has this got to do with us? Okay, if they are using, they come up with different narratives. Okay, they were going to hit Dusit because Jerusalem has been changed. These people are fighting Muslims. I mean, somebody needs to be sensible. These guys are cheating. They are outright liars. They are hopeless murderers who will kill children. And there's no way you guys should actually be able to be convinced by their narrative. You must be prepared. Actually, we have the county action plan. I remember also what you call county engagement forum, where with Abdi Fattah here, we always go to that meeting and we discuss. Our biggest problem is how we're going to access youth, how we are going to talk to them and leave them a country that is good. What if they were asking us why are KDF in Somalia? When they go and hit Dusit, they say at the capital of America has shifted Israel. What is Israel and Jerusalem? Kenyans must be patriots. Our country comes first and foremost. So let these people not continue cheating the youth. They are not using it. Actually, quite a number of sheikhs are now involved. We're looking at that script which they're using. The narrative is actually different, and the reasons keep changing. They keep changing. KDF to any Somalia. If Jerusalem, I mean, they can't do these things in their country. They're coming to Kenya because our youths are so foolish here. I'm sorry to use that word. Forgive me, I'm not supposed to use that word. But what has Jerusalem got to do with Jerusalem? Why can't they do it in the Arab world, in wherever they are or wherever they come from? Why do they have to use Kenya? It's because they get a few sympathizers here. And generally, it's not an old man who dies there, it's the youth. Please stand up for your country, love your country. Even in our neighbor country here, they cannot do that in Ethiopia because people are civilized. They actually love their country. They can't. Al-Shabaab cannot go into Ethiopia. They are only attacking us because they have a few sympathizers and we need to get rid of this. The people who are misused are the youth. This is actually the program I'm actually sending to the youth out here. I wish I could get more time, but I'm always here with equal access. We can always look around. We have our county action plan. Each county, of course, action plan has to come. We lost, we cannot. We are the worst people here because whatever happens to us, the front is ours. We have what you call only 740 kilometers border with Somalia. Ethiopia has 1,120. Anybody to prove wrong. Why is that not attack? It's because of the youth here. I don't know with, and we need to be very, very vigilant fighting these guys. It's a peace day, and we need to fight terror. We need to fight all types of violence and at all levels. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bwana Nunde. I wish we could give you the East African Club that we invented. However, I would like to remind the participants that have joined us after we started the discussion that today we are commemorating International Day of Peace 2020, and the theme is Shaping Peace Together. To celebrate the day, the world is invited to spread compassion, kindness, and hope in the face of COVID-19, and to stand together against attempts to use the virus to promote discrimination or hatred. We would like to open the session now for the people. We would like to invite the participants to ask questions and respond to them. If there is no question, then maybe if will do the same. So welcome on board all. Feel free to ask the question. Please raise your hand and then we will unmute your microphone, and then we'll continue with our discussion. Thank you. The floor is open. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have regarding the discussion. However, as we are waiting for that, I would like to remind the participants, the speaker, that this is an International Peace Day. It is a global day that we are celebrating this day globally. They are adults, young adults who have never known peace. So our problem is not that bad. We are not that badly off. I know we are facing challenges, but globally, there are more countries that are facing more challenges than us, so we are better off. And I would like to open once again the floor for the participant to ask any question.
I have a question about my name is Samiha Ali, and I want to know about the closure of the university in Garissa. What steps can the community, the students, and the lecturers take so that they can see a fast reopening of the university, or to show that the school is a safer place?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, please respond.
All right, Samira, for your information, the university is up and about. Not only that, we got a CACA, courtesy of our President, His Excellency, because we were so desperate. This is a university that started people all the way to Marsabit. 3 big counties, Garissa, Wajir, Mandera, some are even coming from Isiolo and Moyale. Having said that, there were quite a number of things we put in place. We always assume that all is going to be well. But what happened is we actually put what you call very big electricity, what to call electrified fence. We have actually put a police station, a police post right in the middle of the university. So who will be there 24/7? We don't want a repeat of what happened, but take it from me, if you think the university has not been open, its semester has been up and running. We have had the first graduates graduate, courtesy, I told you, of His Excellency the President, who had a very big heart. We didn't have a charter before the attack. We were actually under Moi University. We have our own charter and we're independent. And actually, as a result of, we actually made a lot of efforts. These guys are terrible. It's something I don't want even to talk about it because I get traumatized. I get nightmares. We discussed this on Citizen TV with the Vice Chancellor. He literally shed tears. Every time we remember, and as I'm talking to you now, talk about Garissa University, I feel like shedding tears. It was a very, very awful thing. But take it from me, the university is up and about. We have put all the steps in place. There is enough security. All the thumbprints of the students are taken. If your thumb is not there, then there's a computer that will say this guy is not a student and is a foreigner. And like I told you, we have put in a police post there and all those things. And we have had the first graduates. Thanks to God, we have had quite a number of, because definitely we didn't have any university. You don't have the university in 5 countries. You don't have one in Marsabit. We were actually congruent universities. Ours was under Moi, but we have been given a whole charter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have a question. As a member of the County Engagement Forum, who was supposed to oversee the implementation of the County Action Plan, can you please update the forum how far the implementation is ongoing and what is the contribution of the county and the national government?
You see, County Engagement Forum, we have our own CAPs, yeah? You know, county action plans which were drawn. And one of the very important pillars we actually included, you know, the 9 that is there at the national level, National Counterterrorism Center, where Mwangi Mary is in charge. We have actually added what you call refugee and citizenship, because we have almost 500,000 refugees in this place. And citizenship is another thing, because for the young youth to access an ID card, he needs to be vetted. And these are some of the things that are actually called the push factors that will push these guys to join radicalization. He'll go into a queue, he'll be told, this does not happen in places, but they say these border areas have to be vetted, and that vetting has been terrible. So we have a pillar on what you call citizenship and refugee, because the refugees also have their own problems. You know, most of the times the security officers cannot differentiate the Kenyan Somali from the Somali from Somalia. Sisi ni watu moja. And in most cases, there's misdirected anger, which the security officers vent on us. So Mahmoud, there are 2 chairs here, our county commissioner, Mr. Mwangi Meru, and our governor, His Excellency Ali Bono Korane. Both are the chairman, and they normally send his deputy secretary in charge of security. We go and sit down with the county commissioner, and we try and do these things. The biggest problem now has been this COVID. We need to look at COVID and the kind of work. Actually, we retrogressed briefly, but take it from even last week, Mr. Mwangi Miri was here with us, and we did quite a number of things. And as soon as this pandemic, actually, the curve is now stretching, and as soon as the curve starts stretching, we'll hit the road running. You can see we cannot even call for a workshop to discuss this kind of things with people. We have to use a Zoom, webinar, and all that stuff. So, Madam Mahmoud, the last meeting, we actually have monthly meetings. And in most cases, the county commissioner is engaged, but he delegates occasionally, and we discuss. We have Red Cross, we have a group called Niwetu, and being from LPI, we want you to join us. We have SUFTEM, but we discuss these things, and we look at what you call emerging trends. Why is it emerging? Because the people who suffer here is we cannot do business. All our mats are blown up by Kikal. Generally, the security officers are ahead of them. All the doctors and the nurses and the teachers in Fafi have been taken. They were taken the other day. There was a threat. These guys just crossed the border. They put their own flag of Al-Shabaab there. And so we really don't know. People have been suffering, Muhammad. But take it from me, we have our own. Apart from the national 9, we have another 3 which includes citizenship. We're trying to talk to the young men. If any young man gets a problem in terms of ID, he can come to me. We'll go sit down with the governor, we will, with the county commissioner. I'll take him personally to come to me. I'll tell him, don't go to Somalia. Is it an ID? Are you a Kenyan? Can you prove? And of course, nationality is inherited. You either inherit it from your mother or your father. If he can prove that, I'll take him to the county commissioner, and he says, the vetting committee has refused me to get an ID card. They're giving it to aliens. When they come to me, I take them to the county commissioner. I tell them, okay, this is his father. This is his birth certificate from 1967. This is the primary school he went to. Starting from nursery school, he completed standard 8 this year. He went to this secondary school. And we look at the age of the boy and make sure he gets it. That is what we're doing. We're doing overdrive, but that's the responsibility that falls on us, and we must make sure that we make people love this country at all costs.
Please, Nasib can unmute the microphone and ask the question. I have been told that you have raised your hand, so please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm now tired of raising my hand. Okay, my question goes to Mr. Mohammed, Khalif Mohammed, regarding his short speech that he has given us. I want to ask him about the strategies that they are using in engaging the sheikhs in countering these false narratives from this Al-Shabaab, because in our case here in Kwale County, we have these people creating fears to this sheikh that once you give out the information about countering their narratives, you'll be victimized and maybe even lose your life. So my question is, what strategies did they use in engaging this sheikh that they speak about it openly without fear of being victimized or being killed by these Chinese?
Thank you very much. I want to tell you there's one Sheikh Hassan who has actually been aware that day when Mashijao was on. When Mashijao was on. In the sense that he actually gave a lecture to BBC. The next day he got a threatening message, actually a telephone call. And fortunately, he recorded the telephone call telling him, now, every time we actually try and win the people's heart, you are going around trying to spread a counter narrative. We have been hearing the interview you gave to BBC. Now it's do or die, we are coming for you. So we took the guy, the commissioner, he was given police protection. He started living in a house. He's a man who was actually watched very closely. But you see, my friend, that is not going to deter anybody. We must fight these people with all the weapons we have. In the process, a few of them might lose their lives. If only I die and then I save 100 university students, that would be okay. But you know, what happens is we use the sheikhs. Some of them have been honored. They have actually got presidential head of state commendation. They are going out of their way, and we'll have to do what we have to do to counter these people, because we cannot sit down and fold our hands. You know, we're trying, even in training, when we're actually doing what you call countering violent extremism, you don't have to be like a cow. Can you sleep? You sleep. You look for a stone. The first thing you do is first run. When you find somebody with a gun, look for even a stone and use that effort. And disorient him. Hit him with a stone. So if we start folding our hands, that would be very unfair. The sheikhs are doing their work. We're working with them. There are quite a number of them who have been honored because of going out of the way. We go with them even to places where victims are, and they are supposed to be spreading that message that these guys are not Muslims, they are not part of us, and we'll have to fight with them with whatever weapon. So you guys, slightly you are worried, because if you say this, police is supposed to give you protection. Take those sheikhs who are actually spreading that. They can have 3 or 4 askaris in their place in the evenings, and then during the day they can go. So that is the direction to go. We will take these people, whatever it takes to fight them. Thank you very much.
Fadila Athman can go next, and then Fatuma Kunne. But for now, Fadila Athman, can you please unmute your microphone and ask the question? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fadila
Walaikum salam.
I'm in Mombasa. So my question was, how can we change the youth mindset from CVE to something else that is more constructive to the country and to their lives?
Thank you. Very good question. Fadila Ahmed, I don't want to tell you I don't have an answer for that. But one thing we need to teach the youth is patriotism. You see, the government used to use what you call the hard method of beating everybody coming around, and they found that the hard method doesn't work. Rounding up youths, sending them to sell. Now we are talking to the youth. We are telling them this is your country. If you have a problem, come, we'll solve it. If you don't have an ID card, that's your problem. That is the soft approach we need to go and start talking, because even the government has found out that using high-handedness is not going to help the youth. We love our youths. They have their own reasons for doing, and youths just jump like that. But what we need to do is we need to continue engaging them, talking to them, and then we also need to do what you call alternative livelihood for the youth. Let us put a lot of money and funds and for youth funds and all these things. Let's engage these youths. Let's give them football. Let them do sports. Let them create clubs. And the government has to go out of it. That is the only way we can change. Once they see the government is on their side, the government loves them, and this is their country. For all men like us, we understand. But for the youth, if they don't get an ID card and they go to an office twice, and even the counties, the counties should be able to set money aside and trying to entice the youth and make sure they engage, because they are valuable. They are the leaders of today. People call them the leaders of tomorrow, but take it from me, they are the leaders of today. This country with its population that has 70% youth is very, very important. So that is all I can say, my sister Fadila Ahmed. I don't have anything else today. This is me and you. Let us think of how we are going to change their minds. But one thing I can tell you, the attitude of the Kenya government must change towards the youth. If they don't make youth their friend, these youths will jump. They are not like me. All they do is, munanipiga, mutaona, and the guy crosses. So what they do is we need to talk to the police officers, we need to train them, and we need to have a dialogue, community dialogue with the police or the security officers. We need to sit down and talk to them and tell us, okay, how can we change this mindset? Let them find, actually, the police should be able to engage in work, do sports with them, and tell them that the police are our friends. They also have their problems, but they should never antagonize or make their enemy. That's all I can say, Fadila.
Thank you, Bwana Mohammed, for that constructive answer. We would like to give the opportunity to Fatuma Kunne so that you can ask a question too.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
So my name is Fatuma Kunne. I wanted to ask, security, it goes hand in hand with education. And for example, this year, late January and early February, because of insecurity, we did not have teachers in school, and the students were really sad. So as the county government, what roles have you guys taken in ensuring that these students, they have security? Because in high school, for example, there were no teachers, and it is because of security and peace. Thank you.
Of course, you see, the life of one person is very important, Fatuma Kunne, please. It is very important. If we cannot protect our teachers, then what is the use? Actually, the community should take up arms with their pangas and tell them, before you kill a teacher, you kill me. Because how else? Here is somebody who is doing a very good work for you, because he is teaching your children. We don't have enough teachers from this place. There are quite a number of things that are in place, but with time, and our youth here do not want to become teachers. The fault is ours. Nobody wants to take this noble profession. They are going for business education. They are going for procurement. They are going for all these things, and we do not have enough teachers. But the question here is, life is very important. We can, day in, day out, we cannot see teachers being killed. And then they're only killing teachers from down Kenya. It actually sends a lot of emotions. And what we need to do is, before a teacher dies, let them kill you as the community leader in that time. Tell them, over my dead body. Put these teachers at the back of your house. Tell them, shoot me. Let the community take arms. Let the community see that anytime a teacher is supposed to be called, we must stand in defense of that teacher. Now, what are you going to do? If you cannot protect teachers, teachers will leave because their life comes first. You have to save yourself. One must obey the natural law to survive. And in order to survive, you can only run away. So this is nobody's fault. It's because so many teachers have. If you are given the statistics of the number of teachers who were killed in Northeastern Province, it's terrible. And anybody would think of actually escaping. Because the first thing you take is flight. You run away if your life is in danger. And that's what the teachers did. And then we do not have enough teachers. Schools will close because all the teachers will go back to their homes. They'll go to Kirinyaga, nobody will kill them. They will go. This is.
Thank you very much, Bwana Nunde. We can take one more question because we already the time that we are close to the closure time. One more question, then we move on. All right then, since none of the participants taking that opportunity, let me be the one taking that opportunity. I would like to ask both the civil society organizations present and the speaker that some of the major criticisms of towards civil society organizations, towards the non-governmental organizations that operate in this area, is that they focus in the urban centers and they don't go to where the problem is, because cross-border region, you know, they don't do advocacy. All they do is soft workshops where community gatekeepers attend all the forums. So what can we do, you know, as civil society organizations to make sure that we go to where the problem is so that we can address this issue to the affected people? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mahmoud. I am the chairman of Garissa Civil Society Network, and actually take it from me, Mahmoud, we're an alternative government. Take it from me, we actually operate in a place where the state does not operate. And take it from me, if there's immunization, they will use our motorbikes, they will use the civil society there. There are quite a number of CBOs on the ground. But again, you know, when you get money from a donor, the donor will actually decide where his money wants. He wants to come and supervise. He wants to come and see you doing the work. If you talk him to the right in the other corner, then he will fear. The thing is, security of these guys come. One of the things is we are actually an alternative government. We do a lot of water tankering. And take it from me, the other day when some guys, military guys were killed there, and the military went berserk, we went to court using hacking a Sharia. And we told them, look, the military is not a ragtag. They cannot just go and beat people. What happened, happened, of course. These guys were in the middle of the community, but guys had to be compensated. There were quite a number of houses that were burned. We tell them our military cannot behave like this. There must be a central command where they're given instructions. And this is what is sending people on the other side. It's radicalizing the youth more, because when the military becomes brutal and start beating women and children and youth, that is what happens. We have been trying to disguise. But take it from him, Mahmoud, it's true. Some of these places are not accessible. They cannot be accessed because they have whole flag. And they hear that you are actually being funded by Equal Access or US Aid. They'll say, this is the one man we are looking for. They will hit you on the head because you need to go to the forest state. So what happens is, but we have CBOs there who are representing us. The CBOs there are local and they stay there. These are the guys we use in those places as an alternative government. Take it from me, we're not bad. And we're operating in places where the government and any other official government does not operate. We operate under very difficult circumstances, and that's part of our work. We have formed a village, what you call Nyumba Kumis. We have veterans who are there, and we have CBOs registered in all those areas.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for the great presentation. Thank you very much for all the good answers that you have given us. At this time, I would like to remind everyone, Happy International Day of Peace. Please spread compassion, spread kindness, and spread hope. I would like everyone to unmute their video, please, so that you can see for the first time. Maybe wave at us, wave at everyone. Everyone, you can unmute your video and wave. Thank you, Abdi.
Mahmoud.
Yes, sir.
My parting shot.
Yes,
Equal Access is doing a very good job. We have radios which we monitor. They're actually going to the bush. They know the intrigue. And actually, I just want to thank them for giving us this opportunity. But take it from me, I've been working with them. We have radios at home. There's what you call Taladon. Taladon is I am looking for the best. You know, you're looking for the best advice. And the best advice comes from the radios. That is the forum they use. And I extremely want to thank the director and his group, Equal Access, Mahmoud. That will be my parting shot. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Khalif. As we depart, can everyone please unmute their video and wave? Happy International Peace Day, everyone. Thank you.
Happy International Peace Day.
Thank you,
International Peace Day.
Okay, thank you all, and I think we are coming to the end. Jen and Samiha or Lincoln, are you there?
Yes.
So you want to have the last word, thanking the participants?
On behalf of EAI, we are so grateful for joining us. Please continue joining us in the rest of the week. From tomorrow, we have incredible speakers coming on board. Same time, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you.
And be blessed, all of you. Be blessed.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
goodbye.
goodbye.
Mahmoud Haji, good. Thank you for a good job. Well done. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the
Khalif.
goodbye.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Muhammad.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you, Abdi Fattah. It was an interesting session. Thank you so much. We've learned so much from you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.